Okay, let's just get right to it. Have you ever stopped and wondered, is the food you eat every single day actually making you sick? I mean, for decades now, we've seen this huge explosion in chronic diseases, right? And more research is pointing its finger at one main culprit, our modern diet. But here's the hopeful part. What if we could actually change that? What if the key to a healthier future for you was a plan powered by AI? To really get that, we need to take a quick look back at how we even got to this point.
So, to figure out where we're headed, you've got to know where you've been. And this nutrition transition model you're seeing here, it's a super fascinating way to look at our history with food. We started way back in pattern 1, just collecting all sorts of wild foods. Then we went through famine, and eventually, we landed right where we are now, pattern 4. They call it the age of chronic disease, and it's pretty much defined by all that ultra-processed stuff. But here's the cool thing. The model doesn't just stop there. It actually points to a pattern 5, a future that's all about making conscious changes to our behavior.
All right, so what exactly is this diet that's causing all the trouble? Let's zoom in and really break down the prime suspect behind this rise in chronic illness.
It's known as the Western diet, and honestly, it's pretty much everywhere now. Think about it. Lots of processed foods, tons of sugar, not nearly enough fruits and vegetables. It's a diet that's all about convenience and what factories can make instead of the whole natural foods that we humans ate for, well, most of our history.
And just how much of our diet is this stuff? Get this, a staggering 72%. That's right, nearly 3/4 of the average Western diet is made up of processed, ultra-processed, and fast foods. That means less than a third of what a lot of people are eating is, real food.
And the consequences? Well, they're not pretty. There's a mountain of research that draws a straight line from this eating pattern to some of the biggest health problems we face today. I'm talking heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, even some cancers. I mean, just look at this diagram. The links are right there, clear as day. You know what's really wild, though? None of this is new. The U.S. Surgeon General was sounding the alarm about this way back in 1988. And yet, as this quote points out, in the nearly 40 years since then, the problem has only gotten worse. So that brings up the big question, right? If we've known what's wrong for decades, why on earth can't we fix it?
Seriously, if we know the food's a problem, why is it so unbelievably hard to just eat better? I think we've all been there. Well, the answer isn't just about willpower. It's way deeper. It's about psychology. Okay, so here's one big piece of the puzzle. It's called the theory of planned behavior. It basically says our decision to do something comes down to 3 things. First, how we feel about the change ourselves. Second, what we think other people expect of us, social pressure. And third, and this one is huge, whether we truly believe we can actually pull it off.
And then there's the second piece, the COMBI model, which makes things even clearer. For any change to actually stick, you need 3 key things. C is for capability. Do you have the skills, like knowing how to cook? O is for opportunity. Do you have the time, the money, the ingredients? And M is for motivation. What's your real, deep-down reason for doing this? If just one of those is missing, well, the whole thing falls apart.
So when you put these 2 ideas together, it's like you get a complete roadmap for making a change. The theory of planned behavior helps us nail down our intention. That's the why. And the COMBI model gives us the nuts and bolts, the how. Put them together and you can finally see why changing what we eat is such a tough nut to crack.
Okay, so we've got the theory, which is great, but how do we take these kind of complex psychological models and turn them into something that actually helps you and me in our ridiculously busy day-to-day lives?
That really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because let's be real, we're all busy, we're stressed out, we don't have time to get a PhD in behavioral psychology just to figure out what to make for dinner tonight.
While the answer might just lie in a completely new kind of tool, a coach powered by AI that actually understands all this stuff and can guide us through it, one simple step at a time.
And that guidance is built around a really simple practical plan. Think of it like a bridge that finally connects knowing what you should do to actually, doing it.
It's called the ALIV protocol. It's a super easy to remember acronym for a 5-step process that makes healthy home cooking feel possible. A is for affirming your motivation, L is for learning the benefits, I is for ingredients made easy, V is for the vessel or your cooking tool, and E is for enjoying the whole experience. So let's actually see how this works. The AI coach doesn't kick things off with a list of recipes. Nope, it starts with step 1, affirmation. It asks about your reason, your motivation. The user says, I want to feel good about myself and the food I eat. That right there, that's the emotional core you need to build on. And then the AI does something really smart.
It helps the user dig even deeper to find their truest motivation. It's not just about being healthy, it's about personal growth and empowerment. By choosing that, the user has locked onto a motivation that's so much more powerful than just, I guess I should eat more broccoli.
It's only after that why is totally locked in that the coach switches gears to the practical stuff, the what. See how it connects that powerful motivation directly to finding a meal, even tailoring it to specific ingredients the user wants. This isn't just another recipe finder, it's a motivation finder that also gives you an awesome recipe.
And that's the whole framework in a nutshell. You start by affirming your why, then you learn a little, you make the ingredients in the vessel, like a simple slow cooker, super easy, and you wrap it all up by making sure you actually enjoy the experience. It's a full circle system designed for real behavior change.
But look, this is so much bigger than just a clever app. This is a powerful new way of thinking about public health itself. It takes this massive, overwhelming problem and breaks it down into small, manageable steps that one person can actually take.
The research that this is all based on uses this incredible analogy from history. Back in the 1850s, London had a deadly cholera outbreak. A guy named Dr. John Snow figured out it wasn't some mysterious disease in the air. The source was a single contaminated water pump on Broad Street. And he didn't try to cure everyone, he just removed the pump handle. One simple action that stopped the epidemic in its tracks.
And that's the big idea here. In our world today, the Western diet is the contaminated pump. It's constantly feeding us stuff that leads to chronic disease. Cooking a healthy meal at home, that's like tapping into a new, clean source of water. And the AI coach, that's the tool that lets you finally walk over and remove the handle from the old pump.
So it leaves us with this really mind-bending thought. In a world with so much confusing health advice, where we never have enough time, what if your most important, most transformative conversation about your health wasn't with a person at all? What if it was with a piece of code, an AI, that was designed from the ground up to understand you? The future of our health might just be more personal and a lot closer than any of us imagined.